Tell me about yourself a little. I know before the camera rolling, I said I would. This is not how I would ask you, but that's exactly how I asked you. But
All
what I
right.
meant by that was a little bit
That
more
was a
deeper.
well-planned one.
Yeah. Assuming I have a lot of fans and they missed me, I'm back with my show, the Totally Indian Football Show, with two lovely gentlemen who I have had privilege to work under, work with, and today I bring them out in front of the camera because they've been working behind the scenes for many years. And that's what the purpose of the show is also. Now, to everyone watching and everyone tuned in and listening to it, I am still getting used to having cameras in front of me. So if I don't look into any of the cameras, just forgive me. But talking about these two lovely men here, Sreejith Nair and Joseph George, they go back way, I think, more than a decade, I would say, of experience working in sports broadcast. They've worked in many sports. But primarily, we are here to talk about Indian football, what the service that they've done, but we'll also touch upon the other sports that they worked on. Currently, Joseph George is working as a freelancer with Rise on ISL, and Sreejith is with Viacom 18 and Sports 18 and Geo Cinema, doing all the lovely work he does. Let's dive into it, and before we continue, I just have a small disclaimer again, is that these are three Mallus in the house. So expect a lot of bakchodi happening. There'll be a throw of Hindi, a bit of Malayalam, bit of Manglish. So, and there are no subtitles. So in case you don't understand, you can ask your Mallu friends. But another one is that there are two Mallus who are born and brought up in Bombay. So don't judge our Malayalam. But there you go. Guys, thank you so much. And welcome to the show, Joseph and Sreejith.
Thank you. Pressure is ours.
Well, it's absolutely our pleasure that we are here, invited by Siju, so that we can put up our ideas. It's quite an honor. Probably most of our lives, most of our careers, we've been behind the screens. We have been in the PCRs. We have been rolling shows or doing things and all. But then, coming in front of the camera, it's actually a task. And I really hope Siju is someone who will take us through, man.
Yeah, if I had to show you our BTS, the number of times we looked into our frames of how we look. So anyway, let's dive right into the heart of the conversation, which is the purpose is to get to know you all a little bit more. I know you and I have had the privilege, but I want to share what I know and what probably I don't know. Let me discover it today with our audience who are watching and listening to this. Joseph, I'll start with you. You have an IT background and you are a numbers person. And to tell our viewers and listeners, that's what he's also got into the field of sport. Because I think you can take the guy out of the numbers world, but you can't do the other way around. So he stuck to it because sports also needs data, and we are talking about the scores, the passes, the dribbles, and everyone's like data driven. But how did the switch happen, and why did you make that switch?
So maybe like I have to go back a decade or maybe more. In 2013, I was thinking like, okay, I'm in Infosys. But the more thing I liked about Infosys is more than the work. I used to enjoy managing the surroundings there. So the sports facilities in Infosys Mysore, spectacular. The Indian team used to practice there, the cricket team. Same, there is multi-sport, cricket, football, tennis, any sport. It has multiple facilities. So I used to enjoy working there, managing those facilities, arranging tournaments, and all those things with the help of facilities, obviously. But like that was more enjoyable than the work that I do. So then I realized, okay, why don't I give it a try in this? So sports is something I used to play football, so I loved playing most of the sports. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll give it a try. If I fail, I'll go back to IT. There is a step back. I can always do that. I wanted to take that risk and see where it's coming, where I'm going. Maybe at that time I thought, okay, I'll work in a club. But eventually I ended up working in the sports broadcast, and like 10 years on, I'm still sticking to the numbers. The first ISL in 12th October 2014 was the first day I worked in sports broadcasting. And the other day, 9th November, completed 1,000 matches in ISL. So maybe the numbers, broadcast, IT, everything is coming together.
Man is still a man of numbers, man. You still remember the dates and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, 2014, what October? 10th October, 11th
12th.
October, 12th October, and then the 1000th match. Oh man, seriously, this guy with the
Yeah.
numbers and all. But then a bit about him. Uh, honestly, I have many friends. I have good number of colleagues. I have met many people whom I can say, yeah, they are the ones who will be there in the sports broadcast industry, who are rightful people who should be there in the industry. He is one of them. I myself have learned from him a lot. Uh, the prime thing that I learned from him was how dedicated is this guy, man. I have barely seen anyone who is working at least 11, 12 hours during notice period. Beat that, guys. I mean, people plan on to take leaves. यार नोटिस पीरियड है मैं छुट्टी लेता है कोई कुछ नहीं बोलेगा जब वैसे भी सैलरी इज गोना कम आफ्टर अ कपल ऑफ मंथ्स एंड आल्सो आई टेक कपल ऑफ लीव्स एंड ऑल दिस गाइस इन द ऑफिस शेड्यूलिंग गिवन द ओलंपिक्स टाइमिंग एंड ऑल स्ट्रीट ये इवेंट यहां पे जाने का ये इवेंट यहां पे ये इवेंट यहां पे एंड आई एम लुकिंग एट दिस गाय यू आर इन नोटिस पीरियड राइट बोलता हां देन व्हाई आर यू सिटिंग एट 11 PM इन द ऑफिस बोलता आई हैव टू कम टुमारो मॉर्निंग एट 4 AM what is wrong with you guys?
Money.
So yeah, so this guy has really is quite sincere, quite dedicated, which totally I'm opposite of. I am trying to
Opposite of same. This guy, when it comes to work, he will do the work. When he's free, he will do all the work too.
The other reason I wanted the two of you on the show, and this is for our audience, in case you didn't understand why I wanted them on the show, is this camaraderie that they share. I didn't have to ask Sreejith to talk about Joseph. It just happened. That was quite natural, and that's the brotherhood and love that they share. And I think that oozes out from y'all to the team that y'all have worked with. And I have had the blessing to be part of that team, right? What I want to point out is you also played. And
Yeah.
that's where you started probably your love
Yeah.
for the game,
Yeah.
for sports. But why didn't we see you making big?
Oh man, goosebumps. Yeah, I myself had a lot of expectations. You know, I was an athlete at the start. During my primary sections and my secondary section and all, I was an athlete. I started football when I was in 10th standard. That's 2006. Till then, I was an athlete. Played district divisions, hurdler, long distance runner. Yeah, 1500, 3000 and all. 800, 1500, 3000 were my events. Obviously, I loved football, man. I love sports. Football was something that literally got me up at 5 AM in the morning, even if I sleep at 3 AM. Nothing else could wake me up early in the morning with such a short span of sleep. You know, I love sleep. Not just that. Started football in the 10th standard 2006. Played states for our school. That's Vidya Vikas Nivasai. I need to take my school name. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Vidya Vikas Nivasai. There were many players from our school looking at whom I, was motivated a lot, inspired a lot. Played one states, won the state level, got selected in the nationals, but in the final rounds, now that's where I really felt bad, to be honest. My first experience in the nationals, got selected, but then in the last final lineup of, I think they carried 22 players, something for the nationals, my name was struck out. Now the reason being, many people say, yaar udhar ek politician aaya tha with a white cap, and honestly I saw a politician going out of the room of my chief coach, whoever was, I don't remember the name now, going out of the room with his hand over his shoulder and all, speaking in Marathi, ha matach porga hai, घेऊन जायला. I can hear those both. I can hear them. I was listening to them. I was one of the young aspirant national level footballer, but it didn't turn out that way. I didn't give up so far. Then after that, I got into Rizvi College, Bandra. Rizvi College, one of the topmost college in football in entire Mumbai, entire Maharashtra. Probably people are aware of it. There is where I got much more serious. So from my area, from Vasai to Bandra, it takes around an hour or so to reach the college and the practice and everything. So it was quite, it was quite inspiring. It was quite shocking to see top players playing with you in a very common ground where 2-3 colleges practice together. So a college called Andrews, a college called Rizvi, they all practice in the same ground and all. We started off there, played, got selected. Getting selected in the team was a task, to be honest, in Rizvi College, because they were like all good top players, man, who have been playing football since 10 years. I have been playing football for 2 years and I'm going for a trial in Rizvi College. Okay. And somehow I got selected. Played states there. We won a state level there. I think that was somewhere around 2008 or something. Then after that, after that I went to Pune for my graduation, BBMIB. And that's where I lost my connect with football. Played a lot in Pune, but then honestly, guys, Pune is not a place where, I mean, in 2008 and 10, I think it's been improved a lot. Pune was not a place where you think you can play football, you can grow as a footballer, probably represent your state at one point of time. It's quite tough in Pune.
It's still a struggle.
It's still a struggle. I mean, it's still?
Yes.
Oh, man. I thought that FC Pune City's arrival in the ISL and all might have created, but
No,
then
before
that...
Pune, there was this club called Pune FC.
Yeah.
Pune
They used
FC.
to do good grassroots. I have had an internship there.
Correct.
Like that time it was good. And even plenty of Mallu players. Before going to Pune, I wanted to ask you this. Usually the Mallu parents puts education above anything else. I had the same situation. I had to give up. Did that force you to say drop out of football and then
Now, to be honest, my mom was quite supportive. Yeah, my mother was very supportive. She is very supportive even now. My dad, supportive or non-supportive, he was like, "Tu dekh, you need to do well in your life, earn money, take care of family, take care of me." Yeah, my father used to tell me, "Take care of me."
It's like in Malayalam, nee paditha ninakku kollam.
You earn, you eat food, take care of me, 3 times again, take care of me, and then take care of everything else. I'm like, okay. So this, you talk about my father. It's a small incident. 2006, when I played for the States, our tournament was in the month of March. Our tournament was in the month of Jan. Exams is in the month of March. So Jan, we played, I think we are in Jalgaon or somewhere, okay? Saint Fatima or some schools, I don't remember right now. So Jalgaon, okay. So we won the semi-finals. Tomorrow is our finals, okay? We're going to face Pune. This is boarding school from Pune. We're going to face them. It's one of the toughest team in Maharashtra to beat and win the state level. So I called up my dad. I told him, Acha, we have won the semi-final. Tomorrow is my final, okay? I'm going to play the state level, and if we win, we'll probably play the nationals or something. Adakko, okay. What about your studies? Your exams in the month of March. What are you going to do? Acha, audio, thoda idhar network issue. That's how I hung up the call.
this is what I wanted to get there.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, this was the actual scenario. I mean, I'm looking at my phone. I can't look at him, right? I'm looking at the phone. I'm like, whoa, does he even understand what I'm telling him? I'm going to play the finals of a state level. I mean, somebody, my entire family, nobody has entered state level. Nobody has any idea about what football can make you or where can you reach in your life, and all. Nobody has any clue. I'm reaching there, I'm trying to reach him. My father is like, the exams kaise cut the call. That's how it happened. But then Rizvi College, another states. Then Pune, I tried and played in a couple of clubs there called Chetak FC and a couple of more clubs. After that, no job. Yeah, after that, no job. Then I wanted to earn, okay. So I started working when I was in like 9th, 10th itself. I started to work in call centers. I worked in many call centers. One of the reasons I can speak okay English. And then, I mean, a lot of stories, call centers. And then I came back. After Pune, I came back. I started selling books in Kerala. Yeah, another story there. And then after Kerala thing, I came back. I did my post-graduation in media entertainment, which absolutely helped in no way. I know this pause must have made people think that, oh, this
That's
is what
where
you
it's
have to
got
do.
me. That is what has got me here.
Exactly. That is what has got this guy as a producer, you know. Honestly, guys, it's your work, your experience, your struggles, your internships that you do, your effort that you put in,
network and relationships that you build?
Network and relationships that you build. Your tongue. Your tongue is what will make you
Or break you?
or break you, whoever you want to be or whoever you want to, be called as. I was like that. Okay? It's nothing like that. But education that helped to get me just one single contact, due to which I got one internship in Star Sports. That's how I started my career. I think somewhere around 2014, 15, something. That's
Yeah.
how I got into sports broadcast, Star Sports, and then Sony, and then freelancer, and then Star, Sony.
We'll
and then
get
a
there.
news channel.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
I know you're the one who always cuts the hosts
Yeah.
in their ears and saying, okay, stop it. Enough. But I get to do that today.
I can sense it.
Yeah. And I'm very happy. So it's probably a revenge.
Revenge.
If all the hosts, on behalf of them, I have the privilege to do
Yes,
that.
all the hosts.
So that's why I kept it short. I knew this was coming. This is the time. Okay, as a producer, you have to say, okay, that's it. Move on.
Yeah. Another thing, guys, don't clap so loud. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just being the producer and the behind the PCR right now. But Joseph, for you to switch, I mean, you came to Bombay for ISL, right? And you were coming from a different state, Kerala.
Yeah.
What were your expectations? Because you're coming to a new city altogether and now you're going to work. You're looking forward to, and not just a switch from states and cities, but also job,
Yeah.
right? Work-wise, completely different field. Yes, you have passion for this, but the whole thoughts that will I make the same amount of money? Which answer is, it's a rhetorical answer. No. Right? What was that like and what was going on in your mind? Or was it like too passion driven that you were like, wo dekha jayega?
Yeah, I think it was a mix of both, mainly passion. So in 2013, when I decided to quit Infosys, I also did the same mistake. Okay, sports management is a course that is going to get me an entry. I did complete the PG, and then there was this couple of campus interviews. Okay, first one they got selected. Like they're like, okay, yeah, we are offering you this. I said, thank you so much. Okay, and then second one was the same thing. Before the third interview, I went and met the placement coordinator and asked, okay, this situation, okay, then I would not like to do this. And these are all like giving me options which is very remote locations and all. I was like kind of fed up, okay. And I asked my parents and everyone, give me 2 years. If it doesn't work, I'll go back. And 1 year was about to end. And that's when ISL launched. And I was like more than happy. I was like, how to get an entry into this? And one of the seniors who studied in that college came to know about me. I don't know how, but like we got in touch. And then this guy said, okay, why don't you try this company? They are like looking for writers for ISL. So I joined as a writer for ISL. I wrote the profile of all 250 players in the first season. And in between, there were a couple of others also, not just me, but like all three. But like others were like good writers. I'm not a good writer, okay? I can write English fairly decently, but need an editor to trim the language. And then we used to do that. And in between they realized, okay, I'm putting numbers every now and then. Then they pitched to Star Sports, okay, we can do the analytics for you. At analytics, we formed a team there. That's the first time I found. I'm still happy that I made that team, and those guys are still working in the industry. So that's how I got the entry. And then gradually, like ISL numbers, understanding the broadcast, what the producer want, what the director want. It's a different 10 people talking in your ear, and then like you're able to, where is this noise coming from, to understand that. So yeah, it's a passion like that helped me to, whatever is happening, to think beyond that. Coming to Mumbai, like I'm used to living in Kerala, so the houses were big, the rooms were big. In Mumbai, 1 room, 10 people, and I was like, okay.
Reality hits.
Reality hits. No, like, yeah. ISL helped me to survive that phase, and then over the years, I think, financially, if you look back, I don't compare that. I'm not asking any of my friends that how much they are earning, because that might put me in a loop.
Yes.
I don't want to do that. I'm happy with what I'm earning, what I'm getting. If I'm not happy, I'll quit the job like I just did 1 month back.
Sports broadcast, right? It's a very broad aspect. And when people look at it, they're like, okay, they only see, even me, I'm sure all of us also who've seen our stalwarts. We've had hosts who we like, whether it's John Dykes and all these guys, right? Now we have in female with Mayanti Langar, Binny, and all the others that we look up to. There's a lot that goes literally behind the scenes, and there's a lot of people involved in everything that we see while there's a live game going on, and while there's a studio show going on, and in the post, and while all of those. When you all were put in the PCR for the first time, how was that experience like? Because you all are fans now, right? I mean, you all have grown up watching the shows, the matches, but now suddenly like PCR में ये होता है? नहीं यार, मेरे को तो टीवी के सामने, मतलब कैमरा के सामने is best. Feels like everything is so smooth, everything is so subtle, but then there's somebody in your ears, 10 different, like you mentioned about having 10 different people in your ears. What is that? Just explain, tell the people who are watching and listening, because we don't have anything in our ears right now. But how do you maneuver around? Or tell me, now, okay, let me be a little more crisper with my questions. Your first day inside a PCR. Sreejith, you can go first, and then Joseph.
All right. My first day inside the PCR, it's somewhere around 2016. And I was an intern then, right? So it's in Star Sports. I'm doing a Kabaddi league. That's my first entry as an intern. So I just saw the PCR. I had no clue, to be honest. One of the editors editing an overlay. Overlay as in the visual that we see on the pictures. If you talk about, say, for example, Virat Kohli or any player, you see a shot of Virat Kohli playing some good shots, and then, you know, some slow-mo of it, and then some celebration shots of it. So I'm looking at an editor who is editing that same overlay in his machine. Okay, right after 10-15 minutes, I'm looking at that same clip on the TV. Now, my first day in the office, I'm looking at the same thing. Arey yaar, ye to abhi edit kar raha tha yaar. It's coming on air. How is it doing from here? Acha, so that's how we look at it. Which is completely wrong, guys. Honestly, I was that dumb in my first day in a sports broadcast, entering the PCR. And I'm looking at the PCR. Now, in the PCR, once you enter, you will have at least 20 screens. Overall, there are 5-7 screens, but then every screen is divided into 4. So say 5 into 4, 20 screens in front of you. Every time you will have many footages, like from the venue. There are different cameras that's specific on some players, specific on the ball, the moment. There is a director in the PCR who guides the entire crew what has to be done. There is a producer sitting at the one end. That's either Joseph or me who were there. We would plan the content as you haven't. We plan the content, and then we say this has to go, this has to go, this has to go. Because this is like an extempore conversation, right? That's a pre-show that we plan a day before. So for example, if Mumbai City FC is going to play Kerala Blasters FC, I'll have a couple of good players. So Changtika baat karega, acha yahan pe Luna baat karne ka, wahan pe ye baat karne ka. So I plan my 17 minutes, and this it has to go. Now, this plan has to be adhered by the entire people sitting in the PCR, be it the audio guy, be it the vision mixer, be it the director, be it the your EVS operator, be it the IPD operator. So one guy, the producer, will handle 7 people inside the PCR and at least 2 or 3 people who are there in front of the camera. So right now, as you said, we don't have any EPs. EPs means your earpieces. So the anchor generally wears the earpieces. The producer is the one who gives a command to the anchor what has to go next, and next. How could you deal this answer, or how could you deal that answer? So as you are doing very, very smoothly right now, since you do not have an EP. Now, to be honest, that's the thing. Yeah. If you had an EP, I would have told you, Siju, not this. Go to Joseph next. Yeah. Siju, not this. Go to Sreejith next. Not this. This question is to Joseph. This question is to Sreejith. Now, for an anchor to adhere it and to put it up in a right way is a skill. For the producer to think there are 7 people inside my PCR, I need to guide them, as well as the people inside the studio is also a skill. Okay, because if it's either Joseph or me or whoever, any producer sitting over there, he will have the headset wherein he can talk to the people inside the studio. Right. But he also has to take care of the 7 people sitting inside the PCR right next to him. Managing those 7 people, 2-3 people inside the studio, and then your rundown, your show flow that you have created it's all an amalgamation of how you manage it, how you put it out. That comes out on the TV, and that's when any viewer would look at the screen. Dhoni, wow, what the way he spoke was fantastic. The anchor is so knowledgeable, man. She knows everything.
Yeah.
Guys, anchors are knowledgeable. What to put when and how is a producer's call.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
I asked him to say how was his first day. He explained to you everything with a bit more detail. That's Sreejith, right? And he just helped me cut down on that question. This is why I don't have EPs in my show.
So when you are about to ask the question, I wish that the question went to him.
Huh.
He explains things much better
Yeah.
and nicer, and that's how we work also as a team.
Yeah.
Like when something needs to be explained, okay, I'll just watch the play.
Yeah.
So
No, it's just his presence. It's just his presence. Whenever I or Joseph are sitting together and explaining things and all, it's always Joseph who will have an upper hand, even when I talk. Because I look at him, if I'm saying something wrong, he'll have this expression, Arey, shayad ye
Yeah.
sahi nahi hai, Sreejith."
It's the same expressions. I understand expressions.
Yeah.
Is the ones who are sitting behind the camera right now on the show are probably giving
Exactly,
me because
exactly.
I have
My
to
dear
get time.
gentleman.
I don't have EPs, but I have gaze, like time and everything. I get those side eye looks. Joseph, your first day in the PCR.
yeah. So the first day of ISL, Salt Lake Stadium, Kolkata. I was like, okay.
Oof, what a story.
Yeah, when a couple of days before there was enjoying the situation. I have been there before, but like, okay, I was like, okay, I'm going to do something new and I don't have it understanding of what I'm going to do. Like we know, okay, we need to deliver stats, okay. The idea is to give stats, the numbers as much as possible and all those things, okay. But during the game, what happens, like I'm thinking, okay, this number is good. The producer wants something else. The commentator wants something else. And there are different language commentators also. Different language producers there. So at that time, I don't know whom to answer first. Whoever is answering me first, I'm giving that answer. Like I'm serving on a first come first serve basis. Then like sometimes I'm getting shouting and sometimes I'm not understanding what is going on. Like especially like you have multiple voices. It's a live broadcast. And the moment is gone, it's gone. Somebody scored a goal. It's his first goal, 100th goal, whatever it is. That needs to be conveyed that time. Not after 10 minutes. So then people will get angry. We are wondering, okay, why it is happening? I am answering that guy. He asked me first. So it took me some time to understand and like, oh, the years maybe like even now, there are some things which is happening all of a sudden. All of a sudden you will get a call now on the broadcast. At that time though you are keeping the phone away. Now though you will get a call, okay, no, you need to cover this. Okay, yeah, we'll move on. So understanding the process and understanding the flow and whom to listen to what and when to talk, it takes time. Especially in a PCR. If someone is there to guide you, well and good. Then like it's much easier. When you're on your own, you'll struggle.
How do you look at sports broadcasting in India? Because we talk about there is sports, definitely a lot of potential in different kinds of sports. And we also know the one that's dominating. And for the right reasons, I would say. I wouldn't put the blame on the sport for other sport not to work. It's not cricket's fault, football is not working. Cricket's got you all the glory. Football hasn't. So how do you in general, having worked in so many different platforms, so many different broadcast channels, and you'll continue to, work in different sports as well. So how do you, if I had to, very general question, yes, but looking at the future for, we say, next 5 years, do you see a drastic growth? Do you see we are stagnant somewhere? Do you see, and if there has to be some changes, what are the changes that you now, being experts, would like to bring in?
Maybe invest more in football and other sports. See, not blaming cricket, but like when you're looking at the numbers, you're getting more numbers because you are investing more in that. Is how I would like to read that. So a few years back, when I joined my last company, we were supposed to be the home of football. FIFA World Cup, La Liga, Serie A, and they brought me in because of my expertise, I think. Having worked in all of those before, with Sony, FIFA World Cup and all these projects, I had one. But like, the moment cricket came, that's a full stop. Then all the attention is going there, okay, what is happening in football? Okay, he will manage. It's beyond that, like you need to put a consistent effort to grow something. ISL also, like it started fantastically like there was a lot of investment, maybe not in the right areas, or like it had definitely helped in the grassroots. Now you're getting players. So this needs to be done on a consistent basis. Invest in grassroots, and over the years you'll get the benefit. And like that, you need to invest in broadcast for a longer term in a consistent manner, especially the languages. Even now, Malayalam is getting you more watch time than any other language in football. Invest more in Malayalam. When you realize that's a market, invest more in Malayalam. Like when you're trying to invest in Hindi and it's not working out, you need to understand, okay, it's not working. You need to put that effort to invest in languages which are working, okay, and then make your focus clear. Which is first, which is second, which is third. In cricket, Hindi is first for a reason. In football, Hindi can't be first. We understood this. I think maybe people also understood this, but no, they're not ready to accept it because of multiple factors.
Now, to put it a different way, we talk about investments into different sports, right? But for sport, like we were discussing this even before we could start, is the fact that sports is such a competitive field. You
Correct.
need results,
Correct.
right? And every other sport, like say look at cricket, it was there probably at the right time and at the right space. India was there. They were the underdog story, the whole 83 World Cup that happened. Boom of advertising, boom of television somewhere. So it caught all the attention, right? And then cherry on the cake, biggest cherry on the cake was winning the trophy, right?
Exactly.
Getting the hands on that. Because it wasn't cricket the first that got glory in sports in India. It
Correct.
was football and hockey.
Okay.
But somewhere nobody capitalized on it. Now again, nobody's fault. Timing probably gone wrong, right? But here, like I said, everything came together, and also Kapil Dev and team winning it. Now down the years, we see cricket has been doing well because the Indian team has been doing well, right? And there are trophies coming in. While football, when we see, or any other sport, since it's a football prominent show, we haven't won anything drastic to say, okay, football's out there. So even from a sponsor or a brand perspective, what do you as a brand and sponsor will want to put your money into the ones already established, right? Because you want the returns as
Right.
well. So how then do you see, how can the other sport be uplifted by, the investors coming in? And how do you see that going, if I had to pick your brain on that?
See, it's faith, hope, hard work, okay? Not just that. I think day before yesterday, I read Baichung Bhutia's quote where he said when an Indian team was being selected, 99% of the players must have played either East Bengal, Mohan Bagan or Mohammedan when Baichung Bhutia used to play, okay? And around 85% players in the Indian national team were from West Bengal. I think it's the day before yesterday. I think somewhere I read Baichung Bhutia's quote. Now, there's a major reason for it, right? We as viewers, or any of the viewers who are watching any sport, man, you require wins, you require trophies, you require a medal, you require something which you can boast on, right? Which you really feel ki yaar, if I start watching this sport, probably there's a reason to it. They are winning. I can learn a lot from them. Now, cricket has done that, like continuously. If you compare cricket and football, cricket has been earning medals. They have been winning trophies. They have been producing top players. I mean, the top 5 cricketers over the world, if you check, be it a batter, be it a bowler, be it a fielder, you will definitely have an Indian presence there. Now talk about football. On the same context, there's a smile on your face. There's a reason to it. Because if you talk about forwards, you can't find an Indian there. You talk about the midfielder, you can't find an Indian there. Talk about the defender, you can't find. You talk about the goalkeeper, you can't find. You talk about the coach, you can't find. You talk about the substitutes, you can't find. You talk about the standbys, you can't find. There is a reason. We are not winning medals. We are not putting our effort. Now, when I say we are not putting our effort, not the players. The players are putting their effort. The players are struggling their asses off to get into the Indian squad to prove their mettle. They are working really hard. They require support. Now, there are many so-called clubs and the owners who really say we are doing this for our player, we are doing that for our player. Man, put it out. Let that player go out. Let that player be someone who is representing the country, or somewhere he is playing something. If I say TP Rehnish, very few knows TP Rehnish. People might know Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. People might know Subrata Paul. And if I talk about a good forward, for example, the new Bengaluru guy, Shakti, Shiv Shakti. Yeah. Talk about Shiv Shakti. Who knows Shiv Shakti? But people know Chetri. Why? Why is that difference? If you ask me, I would honestly say discipline and dedication divides the sportsmen as well. The schedule, the discipline, the diet, the practice that this guy has, other player are trying to be there. Not just that, the question that you asked, I'm so sorry, just got out of the question. Or the brands and everything, yes.
I think
money.
I think I should have EPs on my show.
Yes, you should definitely. I mean, lot of info coming out from somewhere from years or something is coming out. Yeah. So brands has to put money, has to put faith, has to put, some hope ki yes, I will put money. It won't come immediately like cricket. Now, cricket also didn't come immediately, okay?
It's not
didn't,
profitable.
Yeah. It's not that I invested in like 80s and 90s people who have invested in cricket, they have become rich in the next month, or it's not like that. Cricket also took time to develop. Today it's quite profitable. Why? Because it has finished that era of struggle. Football is still in that era of struggle. Be it football or be it any other sport, it's still in that era of struggle. Now some people call it's because of cricket, other sports are not coming up. Some people call it, football mein itna dum nahi hai. Those people, please stop watching the shows that football mein itna dum nahi, whoever say those. The brands, the money has to come in. As simple as that. Now, if I talk about BCCI and AIFF, how can you compare those two big identities that we talk about, right? People even say BCCI is bigger than ICC. Can I talk about AIFF, something like that, bigger than FIFA? Bro, AIFF is something that people are not even aware in India, the entire country. Some people are still, AIFF, wo aristocrat. It's All India Football Federation. So there are many different things about it. So that's what I'm saying. So, money, effort has to put in. It has to come in somehow. Only then a sport like football can grow up. There are footballers who are aspiring, who are waiting for their turn, man. I mean, come on, man. Get those in.
Well, it isn't over yet. Stay tuned for part 2 of this conversation with Joseph George and Sreejith Nair.